All right. So today we're going to talk about the Cade over in Mirror Lake. Now this is going to be a 7-story mid-rise. It's going to be in front of the old historic Allendale building right off of Mirror Lake. But this is going to be 15 condos sitting behind that, each over 2,100 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms. And the amenities are, how do we feel about the amenities?
Pretty minimal.
Pretty minimal, right? Now I will say Backstreets Capital, who's doing this, I mean, they did the Nolan, you know, they also did the Canopy Oaks townhome projects over off of MLK too. You know, it seems like they have a pretty good record in the community. For them even doing this, I really thought, I was happy that they were doing it, you know?
I feel like this is a secondary Nolan. It's a very similar product.
Correct, it's a boutique. It's a boutique condominium.
Okay, let's start with location, Sean. What'd you get for location?
For location, I gave it, you know, as much as I love this area, and I think it's more of a local favorite area, I gave it a 7 because I'm just, you know, the prices start at 1.7, right? And we're talking about attracting someone away from Central Avenue, right? Which I feel like, again, every local would be like, oh, what a great spot, you know, like anyone that knows the city. But I think, you know, if you don't know the city, you're a little bit further away, right?
Right.
And you do have a little bit of homelessness going on, you know, further the other way, but I don't know, that would be the one thing, and that's why I did give it a 7 on location.
Yeah.
So I'd be the first guy to move in there if I could, so
Right,
I mean,
right.
you know.
I think that's fair.
What about you? What'd you get?
I like those restaurants right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this. I always talk about
Yeah,
that location.
you like
But here's the thing. I actually gave Reflection a 7.5. And if I gave Reflection a 7.5, I'm probably rolling with that. And another downfall is it's right behind that Cade Allen House.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sure what the view is going to look like from these lower floor units.
Yeah, that's what I worry about too, because you're gonna have 2 single-family homes in front of you. One is that historic Cade Allen House, and then another is gonna be a new construction too, 2-story home, I'm assuming. I think after seeing Reflection and the views from Reflection and the pool on top, everything like that, and then looking at this for amenities, you know, you bring friends over and go to the amenity room, you don't really have much of a view. You can't even really see the lake from what these pictures show us, you know, so, I mean, you have the view from your condo, assuming that you're up 4 stories, but yeah, that's one thing that I definitely was kind of surprised by.
Yeah, for it being in such a sweet spot, not to really take full advantage of that view.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of a bummer. I'm sure the penthouses will have incredible views.
For sure, no doubt, you
Yeah.
know, but I don't know, I think about the amenity decks and, you know, there's a lot of amenity decks that have been built lately that are really for show off, you know, it's showy, it's a showy thing, you know, like, look at my amenity deck, look at my pool on top of my condo.
Right, it's a selling point.
Yeah, it's a selling point. So I was just kind of surprised by that, but, you know, I'm sure they were limited by things too with height and everything, but yeah, I was kind of surprised by that.
All right, let's move on to construction. What'd you get for construction?
Construction, obviously we're just going off, you know, it's just starting to be built, but based on like the Nolan and everything else, and even hearing about, you know, the townhomes that Canopy partnered with them with, and even talking to Canopy about how, like, no, we wouldn't have been able to done that without Backstreet, you know, like, because they're usually single-family homes, you know. But I gave the build quality a 9 just because they had some good quality stuff before. Obviously, we'll see what this becomes, but, you know, I would assume it's going to be a high-end build quality considering all the units start at 1.7, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave it a 9, just because of the record and everything else.
Yeah, I found it really interesting. It's only 3 and 4 bedroom units, so they're pretty large.
Yeah.
There's a total of 7 floor plans, and 6 of those 7 floor plans get 270-degree views.
Oh, wow.
So even though maybe they can't see over some of the neighboring buildings and trees, depending on what floor you're on, you are getting 270 degrees of windows. And the buildings around it are nice to look at. Like, there's no eyesore around there. So while I'm cautiously optimistic about the height and how much of a view you're getting from only a 7-story building, 6 of those 7 floor plans are just windowed out all the way around.
Yeah.
270 degrees.
So you will have a view, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm giving it for construction an 8. I thought that really stood out to me.
Okay.
I think the boutiqueness of it, only 15 units, right? That's awesome. I think the smaller the better for these. Yeah, like I said earlier, this is definitely an extension of the Nolan in a way. It's that same buyer type. When we saw the Nolan built, a lot of locals actually flocked to it.
Yes, correct.
Part of that could be location.
Yeah, I think location played a role in that.
But there's definitely like a desire to sell your stuff, slim down, move to a condo downtown.
Definitely. And I think these are great. Like I like the thought of these buildings going up all around downtown.
Right.
You know, like even a mid-rise. You know, we always talk about the giant tower, but like mid-rises are just as important. You know, they bring density. They bring, you know, and it doesn't have to be like 300 units. You know, it could be 15. You know, it's and that's
Well
what
said.
I just hope it. I hope it succeeds because I'd like to see more of these buildings pop up.
Yep.
You know,
The style is beautiful.
Yeah,
And it's unique.
for
You know,
sure.
so many of the other buildings have this kind of so modern style that it's almost cheesy. And this building, I think it's elegant beauty. It's definitely Spanish Mediterranean influence. It's got a lot of coquina rock.
Yep.
Even the entrance looks simple but elegant.
They're
wealthy.
using some stone apparently from the old Cade Allen House
Oh, wow.
to actually make the front or something. I read something about that.
Wow.
So I think they are using some, which is really cool in my
Yeah.
opinion, you know, using a piece of the past to, you know, for the future. But no, the build quality, it looks like I love the style of the construction of it. I love the Spanish Mediterranean. It fits well with that neighborhood, you know, so I think there was a reason that it was approved, you know, definitely.
Yeah.
But for value, the one thing I was kind of disappointed about was they have this plunge pool, right? And they have this amenities level on the second story. We already talked about that, you know, how the view's not going to be the best from there, but you do have an amenities level. The one thing that bummed me out was that it just felt like a plunge pool. Like, I don't know. I feel like 15 condo owners would probably like to have a regular, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know, but obviously they know the market, they've tested the market, but I just felt like a pool would have been a really big plus here, you know, rather than just a little, what looks to be a hot tub, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, considering that the two on the market are almost 2 million and then right around 3.5 million, I guess it's, at first glance, it seems nice that the monthly fee is only $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Or at least estimated to be $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
But then when you see what you're getting, it's like, well, hang on, why are the fees $1,000 a month?
Is it because there's only 15 residences too? You know,
Right,
like, is
spreading
that
those
a
fees
factor
across,
too?
yeah.
Is that, you know, but
So it's not necessarily a steal of a deal from a
Yeah.
monthly standpoint.
and then we know that we saw Nolan's fees double after it came online.
And it had a similar amenities area. I mean, a bigger pool.
Bigger pool, yeah, pool, much bigger pool. But I don't know, that's something I think about for sure.
Yeah, it comes out to $923 per square foot of the two that are on the MLS. Granted, one's a penthouse at $1,000 per square foot, and the other's a 3-bedroom at $838 per square foot.
Okay.
But I actually think those are sweet prices.
Yeah.
I mean, that's right on par with Art House 400 Central. It's on the higher end of Reflection,
It is.
but it's right around there. I think at least compared to Roche Bobois and
That's the
and the
only
Nolan, this is pretty good.
Yeah,
price per square foot.
Yeah, I agree. I did, for value, I gave it an 8. I went ahead and gave it an 8. I wanted more amenities from it, you know. I just feel like if you have, you know, a place that big, 3 to 4 bedrooms at 1.7, you know, you have people over, you have family over, and then, you know, I don't know. I just think about that.
I mean, you got a big place to entertain. All the units are big.
You do. And I'm probably making too big of a deal about this pool thing, obviously, you know, but
But it is a little disappointing.
yeah, I was just a little disappointed by that.
And the fact that those that pool deck and those amenities don't really have a view.
Yeah, that's
They're just going to be looking over at the roof of the Cade Allen House.
Yeah, and even then I wonder even then, are you looking out? You're looking directly into their backyard if you look over the fence too.
There's not really a backyard.
Yeah, there's
I
not
mean, that
gonna
house
really-
is right on the
yeah.
property line.
Yeah, it is. I don't think they moved it or anything either. I
Yeah.
think they just kept it where it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, I gave it an 8 for value. But again, I really want to see this thing succeed. I think it'd be great to see more buildings like this pop up just off of, off Central. Not even like just on Central. Like, I like what Mirror Lake is becoming personally.
Yeah, definitely.
I like how we're saving some of the old and
Right.
there's some new density going in there because
Yep.
it needs to be. We've seen this lot, for instance, has been empty for, I don't even know, man. It's been forever, so.
And yeah, it's a prime spot.
I think Mirror Lake is more like the locals' choice, though. That's what I
Yeah.
think more than anything. I
Yeah.
think because we see the value in it, but I might have trouble showing someone that value from out of town, right? So that's just my thought.
So overall, we gave it an 8. Do you think that that's fair?
I think that's fair. I think we just got to see what the product looks like at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly feel like it could be much higher than an 8 once it's done.
I feel like that too, because I think reflection, I didn't really think too much about reflection until it was done, and then I was like, wow, okay, I could see this now.
You know, it's interesting, a lot of our videos on 400 Central and Art House got some pushback from locals on, mostly the criticism was just the building being kind of bland or boring or
Definitely.
nothing special. All of these new projects are the opposite. The Nolan is
Yeah.
such a special building. I think the Cade's gonna be a special building.
I agree.
Roche-Beaubois and Waldorf are gonna be very special buildings. That's something you can't say about these other projects, is that they're boring. They're definitely
Yeah.
unique and
There's
have
definitely
character.
there's definitely more thought going into the appearance of these buildings, which is I love to see it. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a new age of Art Deco coming on. And it. Don't get me wrong, it's not as nice as that original Art Deco. That was that was in the stone they used on that stuff. I mean, you can't replace it. But I do love a lot of the Art Deco, like just features coming back.
Yeah.
And you see that in the Nolan for sure. So it's just interesting. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it is cool to see.
But
Okay.
awesome.